cat photo app part 2 is out today, and today, CodeJourney is going to present a full walkthrough on part 2. Before you start building this, we suggest you to read the following 6 articles: creating bulletin number lists, creating text inputs, using the form tag, creating buttons, creating radio and checkbox inputs, specifying values for radio and checkbox. If you have done reading these, now let's get started building our cat photo app. The image attached below is an example of what we are going to build today. Now let's click Let's start building it. Step number 1. Add 2 lines of text using paragraph tag. This is actually something we taught previously, and it's just to set up our web first before getting started into more advanced coding. So of course, we will create our first paragraph tag, and inside it, enter what cat loves. We also have to create another paragraph tag, and display its text, how to bath a cat. It's as simple, it's only step 1, let's click check code. Step 2, create bulletin number lists. The first instruction is to create a bullet list under our first paragraph tag. To create a bullet list, we create a UL tag and insert another LA tag inside the UL tag. This is called nesting LI into UL. Since the instruction is asking us to create 3 bullet lists, we will next 3 LA tags inside the UL tag. After that I will add the following texts. For our numbering points, we will just replace the UL tag with OL. OL stands for ordered list, that means they are labeled 1, 2, 3, so just let me insert the 5 number points. Done. Let's move to step 3. Step 3, add a form element. To do this, it's simple, we add a form tag with an action attribute. For the attribute's value, we should just copy and paste the link. So simple, fortunately it was very simple things. Step 4, creating radio inputs. Basically we will have to create 2 radio inputs, set the text as indoor for the first input, outdoor for the second. We must also check the first input. First, to create a radio input, we add input tag and nest it into a label tag. We should give out input tag a type and name attribute. Our type attribute's value should be radio as we are creating radio inputs, while for our name attribute, we should add the indoor-outdoor as the instruction told us to. Lastly, we add a checked attribute without any value for our first input. We also need another input. I will just copy and paste, and change necessary details. We must remove the checked attribute, and change our indoor text to outdoor. Success! Step 5, creating checkbox inputs. We will have to create 3 checkbox inputs for this, with the text of loving, lazy and energetic. All checkbox inputs should have a name of personality. Now let's get started. Before we build our checkbox inputs, we must add a BR tag, also known as break tag, which enters a line. Now we start creating our inputs. First we add an input tag and nest it into a label tag. Then we give it a type and name attribute. We will give our type attribute a value of checkbox and our name attribute a value of personality. Outside the input, add the text that you want to be displayed in the web, which is loving. Now I will duplicate the code 2 more times, and I changed the text. Wait, I almost forgot one step, I should add a checked attribute for my first checkbox input. Phew, luckily, now I am done. Step 6, creating text inputs. But before that, we must also add another break tag, we want to separate different inputs. So now let's get back to topic. To create a text input, we start with input tag and a type attribute. Since we are creating a text input, we should give out type attribute a value of text. We are also told to add a placeholder for our input. To do this, we will add a placeholder attribute, and give it a value of cat photo URL. Lastly, we must also add a required attribute to make sure the text input is necessary to fill in. The last step, step number 7, creating buttons. To create a button, first we must add a type attribute and give it a value of submit. After that, we will add the text to display, submit between the button tags. Now let me click check code. This is such challenging, more challenging than the previous cat photo app, but still it's easy and we finish our cat photo app. This is the end of our video. If you are enjoying this video, you are welcome to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Remember, we always provide a free webpage to learn coding, always! We hope to continue with CSS much sooner, and happy coding!